So many people say the executive assistant job will be vanished because of AI, but I don't think so, because AI won't make an entry-level assistant to strategic executive assistant overnight. We are not machine. We have to think about empathy. We have some trust between executives, and especially with the supporting executives, that requires human insight. This is how I keep learning, and if someone suggests me to take this course or do this, I did. And my role has always been about more than administration, and it's about anticipating what's coming next, creating clarity in complex environments, and enabling leaders to focus on decisions that truly matter.
Well, I have to tell you that I'm always very inspired by the attitude and the approach that Clara has when it comes to learning and development and always being close to trends. I met her a couple of years ago, and it's always a joy to connect with her virtually. The last time I saw her in person was in Vienna at an event where she came and joined us. And she's a very thoughtful person. She always has a little gift for you, and just a person I love to be around with. And I was very happy that she agreed to come on to be with us as a guest from Japan and to learn from her how she is developing, what is on her radar, what are her thoughts on AI. And I know you will enjoy the episode. And if you're not yet connected to Clara, you definitely need to follow up on this one and send her a LinkedIn invite. Okay, everyone, I'm traveling to Japan today to see my friend Clara. And the last time I saw Clara was in Vienna, beautiful Austria, around the Christmas season. And we had a good time there. We had a training. We had some leisure time. And it's always a joy to see Clara. And she's traveling a lot for knowledge, gathering and community building. And this is why I'm so impressed by her profile. And I wanted to have her on the podcast. And it's working out now. So I'm very happy to welcome the wonderful Clara. Hello to you.
Hello, Diana, and hello, everyone. And thank you for having me today. I'm Clara Nakagawa, joining you from Tokyo, Japan.
And you know what? And I have told you this story many times. I worked for a Japanese company for Sony for many years, and I never made it to Tokyo.
Oh, you should.
I know. I was never in a position to travel that far. I went to the European headquarters, which was in London. I was based in Berlin back then. But I never made it to Tokyo. But I've been booking so many flights to Tokyo, believe it or not, because the management team was traveling back and forth for all the leadership meetings. But yeah, I never made it to your beautiful country. It's still on my list. And I know when I come over, I have the best tour guide ever, because you've been living for how many years in Tokyo now?
Oh my goodness. It's been pretty long time since 1996, because before then I lived in Boston, Massachusetts in the United States to finish my school. And when I was a teenager, I lived in London, United Kingdom, because of my father's job. So I have lived both in the United Kingdom and the United States for the total of 6 years.
Wow. We can't wait to hear more about you. So why don't you introduce yourself a little bit and tell us, how did you become an assistant, actually?
Sure. I'm a bilingual English-Japanese executive and strategic assistant. And for more than 20 years, I've partnered with C-suite leaders across the pharmaceutical, finance, and technology sectors. And my role has always been about more than administration, and it's about anticipating what's coming next, creating clarity in complex environments, and enabling leaders to focus on decisions that truly matter. And as I said, having lived in both the UK and the United States, I now support non-Japanese executives in Japan, and often acting as strategic partner and a culture bridge. And I'm really interested in how a profession is evolving and the impact executive assistant can have.
Hmm.
And I'm very delighted to be part of this conversation with you today.
Absolutely. And I can't wait to
Mm.
hear your thoughts on a few things. We're going to touch the global skills matrix and in general what you're observing in the role and AI, of course. So, I mean, actually, was it on your mind to become an assistant? Because for me, when I started, I never had this dream as a little girl. I want to be an assistant. Probably I would not be able to describe the role because it's so diverse. So was there anything in your childhood you wanted to become, or when did it start that you felt like I belong to an office environment?
Good question. When I was little, I w- I still remember the flight between from Tokyo to London. Mm. And I flew with Japan Airlines, and I thought being a flight attendant is going to be my dream job. And after I returned to Japan, I thought, oh, I want to go back to England again. So I wanted to be a flight attendant for British Airways. And I wanted to be a flight attendant of Concorde.
Oh,
Mm,
wow.
mm. But I'm not that tall person, so I'm not qualified. Mm.
But it's so funny that we have this in common because I wanted to become a flight attendant myself.
Why?
And I was really, really interested in doing it because I love traveling. And I mean, now
Yes.
I'm traveling a lot because of my work and my personal decision to be a digital nomad, obviously. But it's so
Mm.
nice that we have the same in common, and then we ended up in our beautiful profession being an assistant.
Yes.
So,
Mm.
how would you describe your current role? What are you focused on right now? What is the industry you are working in? Maybe you can give us some insights, what you are doing every single day.
Sure. Well, unfortunately, I can't disclose where I
Of
currently work
course.
at. Mm. But I'm an executive assistant to the country head of a European pharmaceutical company in Japan. And we are a mid-sized organization that has just grown so quickly,
Hmm.
and which means my role goes beyond traditional coordination. So I work closely with my executive on priorities and support the leadership team by helping keep things aligned and running smoothly. Mm. So, for
Yes.
example, I often think ahead about what discussions or decisions are coming up, what information is truly needed, and how to structure things so meetings and conversations are effective.
Hmm. Hmm. Very good. And again, I see similarities because I actually started my career in the pharmaceutical business. So, two companies I worked for
Mhm.
were in the pharmaceutical business, and it was an incredible industry for me to start my career. So,
Wow.
I mean, obviously, when you talk about people, patients, medicines, everything that helps us to stay healthy. So that's really interesting. So I know exactly what dynamic environment you must be in. So when you look through, what you've seen as an assistant throughout the years, what would you say has evolved and what have helped you maybe as well to shape the right mindset that and I was just delivering a keynote this morning for my client Mercedes and they have starting their AI learning journey right now. So they invited me to give a motivational keynote in order there's so much opportunity to grow, to be visible, to be an enabler for AI and everything else. So, of course, this topic is widely known at the moment and affecting our industry. But throughout the years, I mean, there was always technology developments and anything. So, when you give a little recap, what have you seen and what is necessary for us in order to shape the future?
Well, speaking AI,
Hmm.
since we already have AI for the last several years, and I don't think we are going back. So many people say the executive assistant job will be vanished because of AI, but I don't think so. Because because AI won't make entry level assistant to strategic executive assistant overnight.
Yes.
Because we are not machine.
Luckily not.
Yeah, sometimes we have to think like machine,
Yeah.
but behind on I mean, we we have to we have to think about empathy. We have some trust between executives, and especially with the supporting executives that requires human insight.
Yes.
So this is something it, this is something we can't build just a day or just a week, or
Hmm.
it would take years. And
Absolutely.
also, you have to be in the room to understand to understand the nuance of what is going on. And this is not something AI can do.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm.
So, what is the percentage of the AI use you have right now? Would you say you are an early adapter? What was the first encounter you had with AI a couple of years ago, or
Mm.
anything that you do every single day, working maybe with Copilot or any tools you want to mention? What helps you with your productivity?
Sure. And I still remember the first time I encountered with AI. It was at ES Tech,
Mm-hmm.
and
Good.
it was,
Yes.
the
Our
Elizabeth
friend
coworker
Liz.
Greens. Yes.
Yes.
And her session at ES Tech, and I think she had a session on Copilot.
Yes.
And I knew what Copilot icon was on
Mhm.
my computer, but I didn't know what it was until she showed us. And I still remember the first prompt that I did. It was it was amazing. I still
Absolutely.
remember what it was. It was about the thank you letter that I had to create on
Hmm.
behalf of my executive. And this was for the corporate gift. And we have some kind of limits, like the limit of number of characters.
Yeah.
And we have to create this thank you letter both in English and Japanese. So it was quite challenging, but the co-pilot immediately gave us some few sample thank you letters, and we was amazed.
Yeah,
Mm,
fantastic. Yes.
mm.
And and
And
and what are you using now? Still a big Copilot fan, or anything else you feel like this is something I want to mention because it helps me a lot in my work?
sure, I personally love Copilot. Because I because Copilot can do so many things. Like what I use is for when I have some trouble creating formulas on Excel,
Uh-huh.
especially when I'm tired.
Hmm.
They can help me create the formulas,
Good.
or they could suggest new formulas or new functions. Or when I had to create the RSVP form for a corporate event,
Hmm.
they gave me the sample of the Microsoft Forms structures,
Good.
which was very interesting. And when I had a PACE certification exam I had to take,
Good.
and they also created me the practice questions or practice not only practice exams, but
Hmm.
some tips.
Good.
So it was very useful, the Copilot. But unfortunately, my company doesn't allow us to use Copilot anymore.
Ah,
So
okay.
we have to use the corporate AI tool.
Hmm.
Mm,
Yes. A lot
mm.
of companies do that because also for data security. Yeah.
Yes. But still, that AI tool is improving much better than a few years ago.
Hmm.
So I use this for when I work, but for the private part, I use Copilot, and also for the letter writing, I
Good.
use Claude.
Very good. Yes,
Mm,
of course. There's always a lot of change in the tool jungle. I call it a jungle of tools. And I must say, of course, we need to respect the tools that the companies are bringing in and building.
Yes.
But
Mm.
sometimes we are allowed to test out a few other options. And I know a lot of
Mm.
people are playing with Claude at the moment, which is nice to see. But
Yes.
what do you think, Clara,
Mm.
in terms of the work of being an assistant? What stays deeply human? What is still relevant also as a soft skill where you believe this is something the machine cannot take over?
I think this is on empathy,
Hmm.
mm. Trust,
Hmm.
mm. or and also judgment.
Good.
Mm.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Judgment, I think, is the most important one. Yeah, I agree. It's
Mm.
it's it's really something, even if the machine helps you to prepare something, but you
Yes.
judge if it's good to go
Mm.
out. You
Mm.
judge if it needs to have a final touch. You judge if this is meeting the expectations of your manager and your team, right? Because you
Mm.
know their expectations and the AI needs to learn it, right? And adapt it as
Yes.
well. I think it makes a
Mm.
huge difference. Yeah, absolutely. So I
Mm.
know that you are always very keen of learning new things. So what is on your learning agenda at the moment? I mean, we are in June, we are half through the year 2026. What is part
Yes.
of your learning agenda at the moment? Are you working on new tools? Are you working on maybe totally something
Oh,
else? I know a lot of assistants are taking
not for
project
this summer
management
yet.
courses.
Mm.
Yes.
But from September,
Hmm.
I'm hoping to take two IWP specialty courses.
Good.
Mm.
Very
One
good.
in meeting and event planning.
Hmm.
The other is human resources.
Good. I love
Mm.
it.
Because if I finish taking these courses and if I don't miss any assignment or if I complete everything, then that means I complete all 7
Wow.
courses. So I can IWP CAP expert certification,
Fantastic. That's
which is a
amazing.
which is a big milestone for me.
Yes, it is. And it's quite a long phase, the whole certification, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Will you be at the
And
summit actually in July? Are you going to LA?
no, I'm not going to Los Angeles this summer or the one in Chicago, but I'm planning to join the World Administrators Summit in Berlin in October.
I
Are
see
you
you
coming?
then. I can't wait to see you. I will be there too.
Great.
This is our reunion then, Clara. You're
Yes.
coming to my country. That's amazing. Oh, that's really good. And you know what?
Yes.
The
Mm.
summit is it's just a couple of miles away from the Sony building where I was working in the board level. So a lot of history in Berlin. Of course, there's always history, but for me, it also has quite some work history being there at the Sony Center. So yeah, it's really nice to get to see you there.
Been to Germany a few times, but I've never been to Berlin.
You will love it.
Mm.
And reach out anytime if you need any tips or something. I mean, it's been a while now since I moved away,
Yes.
and Berlin
Mm.
is always, reinventing itself. But let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Sure. Thank
Of
you.
course. And it's fantastic, because I think you have the right, mind shift in order to we need to learn, we need to keep moving, we need to
Mm.
reinvent our roles, and I think you do this very well. And I'm blown away when you tell me about the pay certification and the cap certification and the meetings, the event meeting and training you're doing, and also the human resources, because it shows that assistants have so many opportunities to go into certain expert lines, even if we stay a generalist in our roles. But there are here and there some things in terms of becoming an expert. And a lot of people I meet at the moment are doing some moderation, facilitation skills, or project management. Of course, AI is always on the top of the list. So I think that's very interesting to do that. And I think you are motivating a lot of people to think that way by sharing what you are doing. So, Do you have like a learning habit, or how do you study? I mean, what type of learner are you? Do you like to talk to people to learn? Do you listen to podcasts? Are you a visual learner and you need to see some presentation slides? So how do you study?
I, f- I think I was very fortunate because when I was young, like in 20s or early 30s, there were several people around me who encouraged me to learn. And they are not, all of them are not my direct executives.
Mm-hmm.
And mostly they're in the same company, but a different function.
Yes, yes.
Mm. So for instance, finance director once taught me that I would need stockholders meeting organization skill in the
Mm-hmm.
future.
Mm-hmm.
And actually it was. So since he taught me almost 20 years ago, I still use this skill.
Fantastic.
Mhm. And also one of the managers, I managers, not I directly worked with, but he was the manager of the department next to where I worked, but he knew how I worked.
Mm-hmm.
So he knew that I love Excel. I don't mind using English at work. So he suggested me to learn VBA,
Good.
Visual
Wow. Visual
Basic
Basics.
Application.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice. Good.
So he suggested me, and I didn't know what it was. And I thought he's talking to me some foreign language. Mm. But also, I once worked for worked through temp agency, and this temp agency was very nice to me. I feel I'm very, fortunate because they gave me a lot of, complimentary, Microsoft Office suite courses,
Wow.
including VBA. So this is how I learned, Microsoft Office suites, including VBA. And also when I worked for Federal Reserve Bank of Boston as research assistant intern,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the librarian told me before I finished my internship, she told me, Clara, continuous learning is important.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand why she told me, because she already had master's degree and enough experience. But she told me that she kept taking courses to update herself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since what she told me was I couldn't understand, it
Mm-hmm.
was on my mind for so many years.
Wow.
So I
But
was
it's
very,
wonderful that you
it
had these
was.
people that they influenced you, right?
Yes. So this is how I keep learning. And if someone suggests me to take this course or do this, I did. And also, I got IWP scholarship 2 years ago. This is something also IWP members suggested me to take.
Yes. Yes.
Otherwise, I didn't know. I
Same
thought
with
that was
me.
only for,
I was also
Mm,
a scholarship recipient many years ago. Yeah.
yes.
And you also
Uh,
went to one of the summits then?
I did.
Yeah,
two
me
years
too.
ago in New York City.
And I was in Austin, Texas. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's
Uh,
great opportunities for us to grow,
it
obviously,
is.
but you need to have
Um,
the people around you that, help you and give you some insights. And that's why
yes.
it's wonderful that you have built such an incredible community all over the years.
Mm,
And you have, connections in not only in Japan, but in so many other different countries. And now you're coming to Germany. That will be really, really wonderful. So
yes.
I can only imagine how much this has shaped you and how you have experienced this role. Was there any specific mentor you had as well during this journey, or maybe even in your family, or something outside of work that you feel like this person is shaping me as well?
Yes. Um, at first, when I became executive assistant, I accidentally became executive assistant. I shouldn't say this, but I feel like I
I
accidentally
love
became
it.
executive assistant. Um, Before I became executive assistant, I was in international trading role, doing import and export. And my last role was at the Walt Disney International Japan. I was doing purchasing representative for opening Disney stores
Mm.
across Japan, Hong Kong, and Singapore. And the last major project was opening flagship store at Tokyo
Mhm.
Disney Resort. So I thought it was a very big project and the project I'm still so proud of. And if I leave this job, I thought I couldn't find any other job that has that excitement and
Yes.
impact.
Yes.
So I left.
Uh-huh.
Then the next opportunity was Celine Japan, a
Mm.
French luxurious company.
Yes.
And I was hired as a buyer.
Wow.
But that time they didn't have an executive assistant. So they asked me whether I could be an executive assistant for 2 weeks.
Wow.
But for 2 weeks. But they couldn't find permanent executive assistant. And I raised my hand and could I be executive assistant? And this is how I got this position. But at first, I didn't appreciate this job because this
Mhm.
is support function.
Mhm.
Mm. So I
And you came
lost,
from a very autonomous role, right?
yes.
Mhm.
So I was not really comfortable. I didn't know whether I've been debating myself almost every single day, whether this is the right fit for me.
Mhm.
But after this, I had several temp assistant jobs.
Mhm.
But one of the assignments, and there's an amazing assistant I met. She now became a close friend of mine. And it was like the lightning struck me.
Mhm. Wow.
because because she changed the perspective of assistant.
Mhm.
Mm. Because she she was so proud of being executive assistant. And just when someone is asking her a task without giving 100% of what they wanted her to do, she just
Right.
had only the 5%, then she can do it. She can anticipate what their needs and
Mhm.
she does it perfectly. And her professionalism, her perfection, and her dedication and contribution,
Nice.
everything changed my perspective.
Wow.
Mm,
Yeah. And that's
mm,
why it's important that we have these people in our lives because they bring us
yes.
inspiration and they bring us, new ways of thinking and, how we are continuing a career. And I'm very happy to hear the story because I think maybe a few of our listeners will also feel like, yes, I also had such an encounter and someone that was
Mm,
really important for me and helped me understand what it's all about. And thank you so much for sharing this. This was very, very interesting. So, what do you hear in Japan when you talk to other Japanese assistants about the global skills matrix? In Germany, we always have the discussion of, okay, that's going to work. That's maybe not going to work, especially with all the titles. We do have a hard time implementing these English titles to German companies. So, what are your thoughts on it, and what do you hear from some other assistants in your country?
Since the global skills matrix is in English for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. So I only shared within English speaking Japanese assistants.
Yes.
But they also agreed that the title doesn't reflect what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Yeah, you hear this
mm,
in a few countries, definitely. And I think also for you Japanese assistants, like
mm,
the Germans, we are waiting for the translation. We can't wait to
mm,
have it out. because it will be easier to bring it up to management, to HR,
Yes.
and to really understand everything.
Mm.
So I think the World Administrators Alliance, they are on it right now, but
Yes.
the faster we have it, because obviously everyone is interested and the download rates
Mm.
are
Mm.
fantastic. Lots of people are going to the webpage and downloading it, and I think it's really a lot of food for thought. But every
Mm.
company is different, every structure is different. So, but at least we have a potential dialogue to really think, okay, what from this matrix is in a position that will be implemented in the company, what will not work maybe, because we need to be very transparent, like what works and what is maybe a struggle as well.
Mm.
So, but I think it's important that people go there and see what level they are in. And
Yes.
right
Mm.
now, the majority of assistants I meet are in the 3 and
Mm.
4 level. Some of them, in heading into the 5.
Yes.
And that's interesting because I give this exercise to everyone in my training,
Mm.
and I let them read it, and I want them to go into the discussion and try to find out where am I. So that's always a
Mm.
first starting point that is good. But you and I, we're going to be in Berlin, so we're going to hear more about it and see, what's going to be next. Because definitely,
Yes.
it's a wonderful tool to
Mm.
bring the global voice for our profession out there, right? So,
Mm.
Clara, let's talk about a little bit about the private person in you.
Okay.
And I would love to know, what do you like to do outside of work? Like, when your working day is over, and where do we find you? Is there any sport activities or any other hobby you like to share with us?
Okay. Since daytime, especially weekdays, I interact with a lot of people. Mm. So at night or weekends, I try to spend quiet time by myself. Mm.
Good. Very good.
Mm. So twice a week, I try to take on trampoline exercise class called
Oh,
U-Bound.
lovely.
Have you ever
Nice.
heard about it?
I've seen these classes, but do you have one at home?
No, I don't.
Hmm.
Mm. But my fitness club is just across where I live. So,
Perfect.
so which is good. So, I take this class, twice a week, 45 minutes each.
Nice.
But it is so hard and intense.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I'm not really focusing. I'm thinking about what to have for lunch or what to wear for tomorrow. So
Yes.
my instructor tends to say, "Oh, Nakagawa-san, please focus."
Oh, yeah, I know. The brain is always running, right?
Yes. And on weekends, I try to swim 1.5 hours to 2 hours.
Good.
But this is also, I'm very lazy, so I'm like floating lazy frog.
Yeah, you're not swimming, you're floating. Yeah, with a
No,
with
I'm
a with a
floating,
with a
yes.
mask in your face, a facial mask.
Mm. And also, once a month, I'm taking French picture framing class.
Oh, nice.
Mm. And do you know what passepartout is? The frame of the picture. Oh, okay, I'm going to show you what it
Yes,
is.
please, please.
Mm. Oh no!
Oh yeah.
Oh
Ah,
no!
yeah, it's the background, but we see a little bit of
Background.
it. We see a little bit of
Okay.
it. Ah,
Oh
yeah,
no!
yeah, yeah.
Still no. It blocks.
Yeah, a little bit I can see. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm sorry. I'm going to send you a picture what it
Yes,
is like.
please.
Mm.
Please. Wow.
And okay.
So you're
Okay. I
taking
know
a
that it is
class. You're
blocked, but
going to
this is
class
the
for this?
picture.
Uh-huh.
Mm. And this is the passport to the mat. And
Ah.
French people have so many techniques on the mat.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. This is what I learn almost every month for the last 20 years now.
Wow. That's really nice. And you do it once a month, you said.
Yes.
Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Please send me a picture. I would love to see
Sure,
the
I will.
full
Of
thing.
course.
That's a beautiful, beautiful hobby. Yeah, I love it. The other day I was talking to a trainer, a friend of mine, and
Yes.
she does workshops, with these mosaic pieces. and she's gluing them and crafting them, and she's offering workshops for that as well. She's based in Berlin, actually. So she's really active with because she creates wonderful craft with these mosaic pieces, those stones. It's really,
Um,
really beautiful. So I'm always very interested to see what my guests have, what kind of hobby they have, and what they do. And then the final question, of course, I cannot let you go before finding about your music taste. Um, because as you know, we have a playlist for the podcast, and the guests that come on, they
yes.
always pick a song that goes on the playlist. And of course, we would love to hear what is your pick.
It's a very difficult question, but I selected the Miley Cyrus Flowers.
Oh,
Mm,
nice.
mm,
Yeah, I love
because
it.
mm, not because of the lyrics, but it was on YouTube. It was when she performed at her Grammy
Hmm.
performance, and I was surprised. It was a very pleasant surprise that she acknowledged her Grammy award.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, she's a
mm,
beautiful artist and very talented from early years on, She
mm,
was a singer, she was an actress, and
yes.
she's still out there, right? But it's a beautiful
Mm,
song, and I think we don't have it yet on the list, so I'm going to put it
mm.
after we spoke. And I can only say thank you so much for sharing your beautiful story with us. It's wonderful to have Japan on the show here with you. And we're going to
Thank you.
reunite. We're going to reunite in Berlin in October, only a couple of more months. So, right
Yes.
now, as you know, I'm a digital nomad. I'm based in Italy right now, and we have incredible hot temperatures, 36
Yeah.
Celsius here. So, what is Tokyo right now? Give me a feeling. How does Tokyo look like in June?
It's rainy season,
Mm-hmm.
and very humid.
Mm-hmm.
And I think today's temperature the highest was on 28 degrees.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm. Unfortunately, today we had a very sunny sign in the morning, but it's now cloudy. I had it's going to rain in a few more hours.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, I thought so. It's less that hot. But when is usually the time people go on vacation in Japan? When is your
it's in
official
all
summertime?
it's in the middle of August.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Nice. Do you have some plans already?
Uh, Not really, but in a couple of weeks, I'm planning to visit my friend in Fukuoka, which is
Oh,
the southern part of Japan.
yes.
I haven't. She's a friend of mine since I was high school,
Yes.
so almost 30 years. No, no, no,
Wow.
40 years.
Nice.
Mm. But I haven't seen her almost 10 years, and she's a colon cancer survivor. So,
Oh, wow.
mm.
Wow. How strong she
so
is. Yes.
So it is going to be a great opportunity for us to update and
Yes.
going back to when we were teenagers.
Yes. Oh my goodness, you're going to share so many stories from back then, right?
Yes.
Oh, that sounds like a nice plan. So I'm wishing you all the
Yes.
best. And thank you once again for being on the show here today.
Thank
And
you.
we're going to
Thank you for
make
having
sure,
me.
my pleasure. And we're going to make sure that we mention some of the things that you shared with us today, like where to find the ideal AP, what's pays, what's cap. So some of the listeners might not have heard about it. So I will definitely reach out to you again to send a little
Thank
bit more
you.
information so we can, put this in the show notes and of course your song. And people, please, reach out to Clara. She's on LinkedIn. She's a
Oh,
very active networker, and
mm,
I know you would love to connect with some even more people from all over the globe. And we have listeners from Australia, New Zealand, to Europe, to Africa. It's such a global community here also in the podcast. So I know a lot of people will reach out to you. So thank you so much.
good. Thank you so much, Diana.